Now that the Bills' schedule has come out, you have to ask yourself, is it favorable for a deep playoff run? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this schedule breakdown edition of Believers Talk, where we take a look at the 2020 Buffalo Bills schedule and we ask ourselves, is this a favorable schedule for the Buffalo Bills to contend for the AFC East title? Before we do that, however, again, I want to remind everyone, my name is Joe. If you are new to this channel, first of all, thank you for joining us. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, guys, hit that subscribe button for continual Buffalo Bills and Buffalo sports news. After you hit that subscribe button, you want to hit that notification bell. YouTube will notify you when we put out new content. Also, while you're here, go ahead, hit that thumbs up button for me. Like this video, helps out a lot, so I really do appreciate it. And also, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the 2020 Buffalo Bills schedule. Do you think it's favorable for the Buffalo Bills? Which game do you like the most? Which game are you looking forward to the most? And what do you think our schedule might be now that the schedule is released? Guys, before we get into anything as far as how I think the schedule is looking favorable or not for the Buffalo Bills, I want to let everyone know what the schedule is. Some of you might not have seen the schedule yet. If you weren't with us last night for the live stream after the schedule was announced, always go live Thursdays at 9:30, so you want to make sure you check that out during the off season. During the regular season, we go live during halftime of Thursday Night Football. So again, always try and provide for you the most breaking coverage for the Buffalo Bills. So let's go over the schedule for the Buffalo Bills for 2020. Obviously, this is all scheduled to change depending on what happens with the current pandemic. Again, I hope you guys are all being safe out there. I wish you all nothing but the best of luck in these current times. I think that we're all doing the best we can, maybe getting a little stir crazy. That's why the schedule coming out was such a big deal. But I always look forward to the schedule being released, and this year was no different. So week one, the Buffalo Bills start off against a familiar foe on week ones, and that's the New York, New Jersey Jets. This will be the third time in 4 years the Buffalo Bills will start their season against the New York, New Jersey Jets. This time, it's in Buffalo. Last year, we played them in New Jersey to start the season. This year, we played them in Buffalo. So I look forward to that home opener. Hopefully, the Buffalo Bills make a statement early as far as their claim to the AFC East. Week two, we travel to Miami. We play the Miami Dolphins, back-to-back divisional games to start off the season, playing the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Week three, the LA Rams come to Buffalo to play the Buffalo Bills. We know what they say about West Coast teams coming east. Normally works out better for the East Coast teams, so I'm looking forward to that. However, then we get back-to-back road games as we play the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas week 4, and then play the Tennessee Titans week 5 in Tennessee. Then week 6, we play that fun game that I know a lot of people are looking forward to, that Thursday night football game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Week 7, we go to New Jersey for our second matchup against the New York Jets, I should say. New York, New Jersey Jets. Week 8 is the first chance we get to play the New England Patriots this season, and that's going to be at home as the New England Patriots come to New Era Field to play the Buffalo Bills. Week 9, we have the Seattle Seahawks at home. Again, you talk about West Coast teams coming east. Maybe we should have some expectations of that game that the national media might not have, but I think that might be a chance for the Buffalo Bills to really shine. Week 10, we go on the road to play the Arizona Cardinals, and then we get our bye week. A little bit late bye week, week 11, but I'll let you know what I think about that when I'm done with the schedule. Week 12, we play Monday Night Football. We start a stretch of 3 primetime games in 4 weeks. We play Monday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers. And then week 14, again, primetime game, this time Sunday Night Football. We go up against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this time it's in Buffalo. So I'm looking forward to a primetime game in Buffalo. Some people may count that Thursday night game as a primetime game, but I just count Sundays and Mondays and the playoffs as those primetime games. Those are the games that I want for our team to get that national media attention. And this is one of the first Sunday Night Football games in Buffalo in a little bit, so I look forward to seeing how the Buffalo Bills do. Then we go to Denver to play the Denver Broncos, and then week 16, we go to New England against the Evil Empire to play the New England Patriots, and that game is also on Monday Night Football. And then week 17, we close out this season with a divisional opponent in the Miami Dolphins. So that is the 16-17 week season for the Buffalo Bills. Remember, next season, we're going to add an extra week in there with 17 games, maybe even 19 weeks, depending if they do one bye or two. I'm not sure how that's working out, but maybe even an 18, 19 week schedule next year. So if you like the 16 game schedule, this is the last chance you get to enjoy it. So make sure you enjoy it. So yes, in the comment section, let me know which game you are most looking forward to as a Buffalo Bills fan. I said it last night during live stream, and I'll say it here again. The game I'm most looking forward to is that game week 8 against the New England Patriots in Buffalo. If the Bills want to stake their claim in the AFC East as a threat for the AFC's title, we got to beat the team that's won it 17 in the last 19 years or whatever the case might be. We have to be able to beat that team. Week 8's our first shot, and Week 8's in Buffalo. So we really should be able to win that game, and we should make a statement as well. There's a lot of statement games on the schedule for the Buffalo Bills this season, but as I said yesterday during a live stream, there's no reason why we can't win a lot of these games. So the first game I look at that everyone might think I'm crazy about is that Week 6 game against the Kansas City Chiefs on Thursday Night Football. Guys, I went over some of the stats yesterday in the live stream about Thursday Night Football games. The home team wins a lot at like a good clip on these Thursday Night Football games. It's a very widespread percentage as far as home team versus away team winning. And the Buffalo Bills are home in this game. So I know a lot of people are looking forward to that game, but I think the Buffalo Bills should win that game. I don't think the Buffalo Bills should have an excuse to lose. I mean, you talk about being at home on Thursday night, the Chiefs having to travel on a short week. That's always tough for teams to do. I think the Buffalo Bills have the leg up in week 6 against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you were with the channel last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, I predicted that the Buffalo Bills will win at least one game against the Super Bowl representatives this season, as we play both the Chiefs and the 49ers. Both teams made it to the Super Bowl last year. I think we could beat one, and I think that Kansas City game week 6 is ripe for the picking at home. Like I said, on Thursday Night Football, I think that the Buffalo Bills can come in, show some energy early, maybe get ahead early, let the defense do their thing. We have a top 5 defense for a reason. Now, I know how good this Chiefs offense can be. You get some pressure on Mahomes, you'll see him begin to start getting a little skittish back there, running before he has to. We've seen him make bad throws. In fact, in the Super Bowl, he did not play his best. Even though he won MVP, he did not have his best performance. He'll need a good performance against a good Bills defense, and I think that this offense, led by Josh Allen, could put some points on the board. So I think that Week 6 Thursday Night Football matchup might surprise some people and might put the Buffalo Bills on the map as real contenders, not just in the AFC East, but in the NFL. So I look at this schedule, and as I said, is this a favorable schedule? Well, first thing I take a look at is when are our divisional matchups. They are evenly distributed, right? Between week 1 and week 8, the Buffalo Bills play 4 divisional matchups. We played the Jets twice, we played the Dolphins once, and the Patriots once. So that really works out in our favor. And then you look back in the bottom half of the schedule, we play 2 division matchups. That's going to be week 16 and week 17. We all know how much the NFL likes those division matchups to end the season. Week 16, Monday Night Football against the New England Patriots. Week 17 against the Miami Dolphins. So I look forward to watching that. A thing I don't like about this schedule too much is that out of our 4 primetime games, if you include the Thursday Night Football game, 3 of them are played in a matter of 4 weeks. You're talking about the Week 13 matchup against the 49ers in San Fran, Monday Night Football. The Week 14 matchup against the Steelers in Buffalo. And then the Week 16 matchup in New England for another Monday Night Football game. I think the Denver Broncos, come week 15, will have an edge up on the Buffalo Bills. The Bills will be traveling to Denver in between 2 primetime football games that they're going to be pretty amped for, right? That Steelers game last season, that was a bruiser of a game, right? Low-scoring defensive game. I expect the same thing this season, so I would expect to see the Denver Broncos maybe have a leg up on the Buffalo Bills come week 15. Obviously, that's a long way away, and a lot of things are going to change between now and week 15, but we'll just wait to see what happens. And then, of course, week 16, we have the Monday Night Football game against the Patriots. So maybe spread out those primetime games a little bit more. I said 3 during the offseason. We got 4 overall. Again, if you include that Thursday Night Football game, there were rumors of the Buffalo Bills playing an international game this coming season, but obviously the NFL canceled any international games due to the pandemic going on in the world. So again, I hope you guys are all being safe, staying healthy out there as well. But another thing I like about this schedule is even though we have a late bye week, right? Week 11, it's a late bye week. You gotta like the fact that we play a Thursday Night Football game week 6, which means we'll have a mini bye week going into week 7 against a divisional opponent, against the Jets, going to New Jersey to play the Jets. I really like it in the mini bye week earlier on in the season between week 6 and week 7, and then a few weeks later getting that bye week and getting some chance for our players to rest. So overall, I think this is a pretty good schedule for the Buffalo Bills. Going into the announcement of the schedule, most people were writing the Kansas City game off as a loss. Now that I see it's a Thursday night game and the Kansas City Chiefs play week 5, so it's not like they get any rest there, I expect the Buffalo Bills to come away with a win. I expect the Buffalo Bills to come away with the win. Let me repeat that, because it's not that I think they could win. It's not that I think, I hope they win. No, I expect a win against the Kansas City Chiefs week 6. And make sure you know that you heard it here first. That game, like I said it yesterday during the live stream. I'll say it here today. The game I am most looking forward to, that week 8 matchup against the New England Patriots in Buffalo. I kind of went off a little bit yesterday during live stream talking about in order to be the man, you have to beat the man. Well, here we are, Las Vegas. Everyone is saying that the Buffalo Bills are the front runners to win the AFC East. Well, listen, we haven't proven anything yet. We haven't proven anything yet. In order to prove something, it starts with winning your divisional games, and it starts with beating the team that has won that division 17 of the last 19 years, or whatever the case might be. You need to beat the Patriots. You need to beat them at home as well. And that's the next thing I want to get into. I want to get into our home games. Again, I've made this point a couple times. Coach McDermott has been, and this Buffalo Bills team have finished 4-4 at home for consecutive seasons. We need a winning record at home, whether that be 5-3, whether that be 6-2. When you have a tough schedule like this, when you go out west 4 times, when you're playing some really good competition, you need to be able to defend your dirt, as they said 2 years ago. You need to be able to defend New Era Field. And the way the home schedule shapes up, I think we're really in a good spot to do that. You talk about having that Thursday night football game at home. Again, the home team has won about 62% of their games at home since Thursday night football on a regular basis have become a thing. So you look at that percentage and you say, man, the Bills have a good shot of maybe what most people would say stealing one against the Kansas City Chiefs. You have the Jets at home week 1. The Jets have some new pieces. Might take them some time to get used to that. You have the Rams on week 3 at home. I think that could be that's a winnable game. Coach McVay has had some trouble last season replacing some players, and they're going to have to do the same thing again this year. That team is on a downward trajectory after just being in the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago. I think that's a winnable game. Again, the Chiefs game Thursday night, I think that's a winnable game. I think the Patriots game is a winnable game. I think the Seattle Seahawks coming from the west to the east, again, people talk about how bad that is all the time. I think that's a winnable game. I look at the Chargers game after a bye week. Tyrod Taylor comes back to Buffalo. Don't think he'll be the starter by that time. I think it'll finally be in Justin Herbert's hand. But I like the Buffalo Bills in that game against the Chargers in Buffalo. They have the Steelers on Sunday Night Football and the Dolphins in Week 17. Who knows how important that game would be for seeding at that point. We saw Week 17 this past season. The Bills didn't play anybody. They lost at home to the New York, New Jersey Jets. But if we play our starters, that Week 17 game against Miami, that's a winnable game. Miami coming up to Buffalo in December. Not exactly something they want to be doing. So when I look at this schedule, we don't have any weeks or any stretches where we're playing 3 straight road games. We don't have any stretches where we're playing 3 straight home or away games, I should say. So that's favorable. I think our toughest stretch will probably come from week 7 to week 10. You have 2 divisional matchups in there. Then you have the Seahawks and the Cardinals. That's going to be a tough stretch. You can also throw in week 13 to week 16, the 49ers, Steelers, Broncos, Patriots. 3 primetime games. That's going to be a tough stretch. But overall, I like this schedule. Again, I wish that they would have maybe spread out the primetime games a little bit more. But it definitely looks like the NFL, at least, if not the national media, giving the Buffalo Bills some attention. Now, I will make mention to the fact that both Monday Night Football games are on the road this season, so the NFL is kind of dipping their hand in the water, right? Seeing if the water's warm. We remember last season, the ratings for those Buffalo Bills primetime games were through the roof. It was the highest rated ESPN wildcard playoff game since they started doing wildcard playoff games. It was one of the highest rated Thanksgiving 1 o'clock games in 4 o'clock games, I should say, in quite some time. So you have to take that into consideration as well. So they do get that Sunday Night Football home game against the Steelers. Obviously, they have that Thursday night home game against the Chiefs. So we'll see how the ratings do those weeks. But then you have those 2 away games, Monday Night Football. I think it's going to be a fun season. And again, I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully nothing gets changed. I like the schedule. I look forward to seeing which game I'll be attending. And I hope you guys like the schedule too. Again, let me know what you think in the comment section. I think this is a favorable schedule for the Buffalo Bills. Knowing going into it that we were going to have the 5th hardest strength of schedule going into the season, I think this is very favorable. You get the Chiefs on that Thursday night football game. That's a winnable game at home. I think they split up the home and away games pretty nicely. They gave us a half bye week, week 6, week 7, and then they gave us the full bye week, week 11. So I think that helps us out a lot as well. So I think this is a favorable schedule. Let me know what you think. I said yesterday during live stream, I think we could go 11-5 with this schedule. Obviously, as we get closer to game time, I'm going to give you a real projection, but let's go with 11-5 for now. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Again, thank you for joining me on this schedule breakdown edition of Believers Talk. If you're not already subscribed to Believers Talk, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do you like this schedule? What's your record prediction? What game are you looking forward to the most? All that and more down in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you guys. So again, thank you for joining me. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.